Hello and welcome to Dance Teachers Academy. I am your host, Jose on the mic, and with me is the talented, beautiful, amazing dancer, Ame. How are you doing?
I am great this afternoon.
Yeah, we had a small glitch there, so we had to rewrite this thing. At any rate, we have a treat today. We have a all-around super guy, fabulous dancer himself, and quite the instructor from what I understand.
Yes.
Omar Angels, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, and happy to be here.
All right, man, that's
Glad
awesome.
to have you.
A couple of things that we wanted to cover. We actually spoke with someone here recently that brought your name on.
Diego.
Yes, I wanted to hear about those stories. But apparently, and we'll get into this first, you and Ame have actually done some traveling together.
Yes, we actually have, and one of the most impressive trips was to Vienna to the Imperial Ball, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was a New Year's party.
Oh, so
Imperial Ball.
the New Year's stuff.
Yeah, you ring in the New Year.
Oh, yeah, I
In
heard
Vienna.
that. Yeah, I heard that was quite amazing, actually.
The first,
It was,
yeah.
in so many ways.
Oh my gosh, yes. And the first thing is you pull up to a palace. The ball is
At the palace itself.
yes. And I was like, they knew. The princess
The
was
princess
coming.
was coming.
It was very impressive to walk into that palace.
Oh, yes.
It was unbelievable to get into the huge lobby and then up the stairs and
Yes.
the grounds. Everything was so impressive.
So, basically, what you see on TV, just 10x because you're actually living it?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
kind of nice.
It
Yes,
was.
no one can describe it to you. In fact, I knew a couple of people that went before, and I was trying to get an idea of, what do we wear and what is it like. And one person said, you are going to arrive, and then the night will be over, and it'll be like 2 or 3 in the morning, and you'll feel like 20 minutes just passed. And that's how it felt.
That's how it felt, absolutely. And we were dressed to the
Black tie, yeah.
Yeah,
The ladies were
appropriately.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
the colloquialism is to the nines.
To the nines, yes.
We
Rest
were.
to the nines,
Yeah.
we were.
All the ladies had to have a long dress on.
Long gown,
Yes.
and
Gentlemen.
as we were in tails, and it was just amazing. Something you don't see. I mean, you don't get to go. Hardly ever.
Yes, yes.
So it was very impressive.
The thing that I was so impressed about too was there was literally people from all over the world.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what made it even more impressive, seeing people from all over the world.
Yes.
Races, and it wasn't just a white people party. It was everybody from everywhere.
Everywhere. And what I noticed is even though it was a very fancy party, black tie, beautiful people from all over the world, I didn't feel a lot of pretension there. Everyone was just enjoying themselves.
Right, because everybody was dressed magnificently. That's why we all felt so comfortable, with everybody there, and going from room to room to listen to different music and just to walk around in that palace. It was just
I'm curious,
Once in a lifetime.
how do you get invited to something like that?
You buy the tickets.
Yeah, well, okay.
yeah, I mean, you just look it up, and
Oh, yeah, so you just Google, hey, I want to do Vienna for the New Year's, and
For the
Yes,
Imperial Ball.
yes.
and there's for the Imperial Ball, and there's a package there that you have to pay an arm and a leg for, I'm sure.
Well, the different packages, and through a travel agent you could arrange that. And Omar and I are so blessed because the career that we get a chance to do beautiful events like that, and it's part of our business. So
Yeah, I mean, it's like
really
people have hobbies. Some people play golf, and they get to play golf in Australia and Japan.
Sure, travel.
Just about anywhere. And so they have balls of this kind all over the world too. So because we are professional dancers, so this is something we wanted to do, and our students love to do. And so, yeah, it's not that hard. You just have to, to look at what you want to do and where to and how much, and you just pay your fees and that's it.
What's there to do in Vienna?
Oh my gosh, so much.
That's the list I want to hear.
Yes. Well, one of the things that we did is we did a tour of the opera house.
Right.
And even though we didn't see an opera, so I thought, oh, why do we want to tour the opera house? But you really have an appreciation of what it takes to sing in that opera house and why it's so prestigious, because the singer has to sing over the orchestra without a microphone. And it's particularly difficult in Vienna, I understand. So we got the tour of the opera house and what it takes to put on an opera there. And just that was magnificent. Now, the music, crazy. I mean, everywhere you go, there's little concerts.
Yes.
And just like if you went to New York and you went to see and hear music or see dancers, you have the best in the world.
Yes, something else we saw, it was the practice of the Spanish horses.
Oh, yeah, nice.
That was impressive. They're big, beautiful. I think they all were white. I don't think there was any other color. But it was impressive to see them rehearsing, because they do have shows at night. But we saw like a rehearsal or practice.
Yeah.
And
They're quite splendid animals.
yes.
I mean, athletes, every one of those animals.
Right, exactly.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
The upkeep that they have for these horses.
Right.
Food, vitamins, regular regimen for these things, massage. I mean, baby,
I want to
they
be
live
one
like
of those
kings.
horses.
Yeah, they live like kings. They're really pampered to
Right.
the extreme. Yeah, they really are.
Yes. There are so many things to do there, and but those were
The
sort of
history.
like the highlights.
Yeah, nice.
The main one was the ball, of course.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, like a royal dinner, gala, dance, the best music. And the dance floor was huge.
It was huge, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many people on the floor, 200 or maybe more.
Yeah.
200 couple or 200?
Yes, 200 couples, I think. Well,
A lot.
yeah,
It
at
was
least
huge.
200 couples.
And that was just the main room. We were in the main room. There's actually two other rooms.
Yes, there were
for
two others.
seating. Yeah.
They had in a room they had more modern music for the young people, like in their 20s or 30s, that they just wanted to go and dance to something that they like, more than just ballroom. And
How cool is that? You're 20 years old doing, New Year's in
yeah.
Vienna.
right, in a palace, a royal
Yeah.
palace.
Sure.
Right. Beautiful.
Rubbing elbows with some serious people.
And so,
Nice problem to have.
Yes, it was.
Omar, you've done a lot of traveling with your dancing, and it's one of the privileges and blessings I feel like that we have in our
Yes.
career. But before we start talking about that, because I just think that's such a interesting story of yours. So, but speaking of your story, how you began dancing, and then we definitely want to talk about how you trained Diana Liz Gallego in the Ballet Folklorico, because she mentioned how indebted she is to you for the help with
Oh,
that.
very much so, yeah.
So how did you start your dancing?
In elementary school,
Okay.
the teacher would always ask, who wants to be in part of this show in the dance? And I would raise my hand, and then my mom came to the school say, how come my son's always part of the dance group? thinking that I was getting picked to do that.
Oh.
And why, because you have to spend money for costumes and stuff.
Uh-huh. And is this a folklorico?
So the teachers, no, this was just any type of dance.
Oh, okay.
Just for the little festivals or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then the teacher said, well, no, we don't pick anybody. He just keeps raising his hand up. Volunteering.
Where was elementary school?
In Puebla, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And that was in elementary school. It wasn't that big of a deal, the shows that we were doing, but I guess it was my destiny, because then in middle school I joined a dance group because me and other friends, we were making fun of the male in the dance group. and the teacher saw us, the dance teacher, and then he took us to the office, and we're like, oh man, we're in so much trouble. And the teacher said to the principal, these kids are wondering if there's a way that they can join the group.
Wow.
I know.
Is it too late to sign them up?
I know. Our jaws dropped, and then the principal was like, "Oh no, that's fantastic!"
That's how you got out of trouble.
And then
That is so funny.
they got us into the group. Then everybody was making fun of us because we were in the dance group.
Sure.
And so,
Oh, you got shanghaied into that thing.
right. Then in high school, I was just involved into dancing, and I joined a modern dance group in high school, and then a teacher said, you need to go to this school. It's a ballet school, and they'll give you a scholarship. And I'm like, let's try it. I loved it. And then I went to college, and then a friend told me that her sister was at the bus station because she and a friend of ours they were going to Mexico City to the Palace of Fine Arts.
Oh.
And they were going to audition to join this del Ballet de Amalia Hernández,
Okay.
Ballet Folclórico de Mexico, and
Oh,
I said,
yeah.
I want to go. So it's a long story, so I went.
There you go.
And
It's a good story.
they took me and not my two friends. I was like, oh no, that was horrible. But
Send them packing.
it's because I was unintentionally, I was prepared. I had this modern dance training, ballet, and
okay.
folklorico.
Uh-huh.
And so I was very well prepared. So they saw me and they're like, here, they give me an advance of
Wow.
money. And I was like, okay, great. And then from there, the story keeps going. That's how I started it.
Yeah, I just think that's great because you have that spirit. And I notice one of your students very much has this too. Like when someone brings something up, well, I want to go. That sounds like fun. I want to go. And then you get the opportunity instead of maybe just thinking about, oh, well, what would that involve? And kind of run all the details in your head. Just like, oh, no, I want to go. Let's go.
Yes.
Adventurous spirit, that'll get you somewhere.
It really funny because that's how you and Sally ended up going to Vienna, because I was talking about the trip, a couple that I was teaching, Duke and Helen,
Yes.
and it was his bucket list to do this imperial ball, and so I was preparing them for it, and he said, "Oh, I should take you too," and I said, okay, basically like, okay, I thought he was kidding, but it turned out he wasn't. And then I started talking to Sally, your student, about it, and she said, well, I want to go.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I want to go too.
And so there we were, and we all had a wonderful time.
Yes.
And Omar, one thing I do want to talk about is, first of all, how did you get the opportunity how did you meet Diana Liz Gallego? She likes to be called that now,
Yes. Also, after working in Mexico in different dance companies and many other venues, a friend invited me to come and work here in Dallas. So I did, and with all the training that I have, then. In the Hispanic community, especially in the Mexican dance world here, we all know each other. So she knew of me. She gave me a call, and because she's a smart person.
Yes, she is.
She's got a lot going on.
I mean,
Very energetic.
But very smart. I admire that of her.
Okay.
And so she called me and she said, "Can you come and help me with this?" My folklorico group. And so I went and taught her some of the dances and the style, and that's how we got started, and that's how our friendship started.
And that's how you got on the podcast, because she brought you up.
She brought you on.
That's right.
Yeah, to
Well,
hear.
you were always invited, but it
Right.
made me
Yeah,
think,
thank you,
oh,
Liz.
yeah. I need,
Oh yeah, we need
get
to
Omar
we need to
in.
get Omar in here. Yeah, sure.
I want to get back to traveling, because you and I enjoy, Jose too, love traveling. And there's so many opportunities in a dance career. And you are a special person. I'm not going to have you brag. I'm going to brag on you.
Okay,
And there's
thank
two,
you.
okay, is that okay? Yeah.
Yes.
Two qualities that people bring up about you all the time. Well, I should say three. But number one, what a caring and wonderful person you are. And you're always,
I think I get that from my mom.
yeah, okay, because you're
It's not a bad
always
thing.
in a good mood. And his temperament, he's always happy, he's always in a good mood. And I know you see people at the studio and you think, oh, okay, they're presenting themselves in their best light, as they should at the studio.
Right.
But in traveling, you see people in all different times of day, airport. Omar is the same at the airport as he is here, as he is in the studio. Just a wonderful, caring person.
Consistency. I
Everyone
like
says
it.
that about you. Wonderful and very caring to his students. Excellent dancer. Patient. I could just go on and on.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, no, it's just, this is, well, thank your mom too.
There
Because
you
you said
go.
you just
There you
thank
go.
your mom.
Gracias, doña.
Yeah, and your care goes beyond just teaching dance. You do care for your students very much. So one of the things that is sort of a niche that you found is traveling with a student, and this is something that is wonderful, and his students trust and respect him. I trust and respect him. Everybody, he has such a good reputation and credibility in the dance business, because that can be misunderstood when you
Right.
travel with a student.
Right.
Would you like to talk about that?
Well, before that, I want to say that unfortunately, not all teachers are professionals.
Correct.
And because of that, it reflects on everybody.
That's correct.
Sure.
And that's why there might be a misconception of, if you're a ballroom dance teacher, whether you're male or female, they're like, oh, immediately they start thinking something weird. That to me at first I was like, why do people think that way?
Mm-hmm.
Then I got to meet some dance teachers that in the first place I was wondering, why are they here?
Well, there is that.
And so there's that, and that's why there's a misconception of that. And I'm not like that because, first of all, I'm educated, honest, and sincere, and
Respectful and all the things
respectful.
that you should be as a decent human being.
Right. I mean, if you're just honest, things are gonna be easier.
Sure.
If you're lying, being dishonest, cheating on this way or another, things are gonna come back to you.
Sure they will.
And so, how can you live that way? If I said one little lie, and I'm not talking about just my job, about anything, I feel horrible, and so I don't do that because I just.
Now you got to remember what you said.
Right, that too. But then, I just cannot live with something in my mind like that. So so I'm just being honest, sincere, respectful, and and I haven't had anybody yet to say anything bad in this business about me.
No, that's true. And so Sally is I'm going to bring up Sally because who traveled with you to Vienna, and you've done a lot of traveling with her. And this is a wonderful opportunity for a person with your characteristics, and you're good, being honest and truthful. Honest and truthful, that's the same thing. Caring,
Right.
But so Sally was in a situation before she met you where her husband had died, and she had done some
No, she just divorced him.
Oh, okay.
The other death.
The other
Maybe the other one.
yeah. She only wished she. No, I'm just
Maybe
kidding.
I don't know about the other one.
My
No,
apologies. I got the
That's
story wrong.
okay.
But they used to travel together. I think.
I don't know about that.
Okay, I think I heard that. But anyway, so she wanted to travel.
Where you going, man? You're spreading rumors.
Yes. No, this is what happened. So
Okay, you tell the story. I'm making up a story.
Yeah, right?
I'm not trying to lie.
So she was married to her husband, and then, well, they divorced, and then she was I mean, she's been single ever since, but that's been like many, many years. I don't know, 20 or maybe 25 or 30, I don't know.
Long time.
Right, a long time. And then, so being a single woman and working, she didn't have time to travel, dance, or to do anything.
I see.
And then when it was time to travel, she didn't want to go on a travel just to eat to all these different places, And so then she started dancing with another teacher where she didn't learn a thing. And then when I started teaching with her, because this is what I do, I teach them how to dance, take them out to dance at different places, and on cruises and all that stuff. Then when she found out, she said, "Oh, I want to do that."
Yeah, because that's her spirit. Yeah, and this is wonderful
There you go.
because a lady can travel and have her instructor there and dance and not feel, first of all, feel very safe, because as a lady you have to think about things.
Right, exactly.
So feel safe, have a wonderful dancer there, and with a wonderful personality to enjoy
because
the experience.
I don't think she would feel good traveling by herself to Europe, or, I mean, anywhere.
It's so much more fun to travel with people.
Right, and then what we do, you and I, when we travel, we book this, that, and the other, and so it's make it so much easier for them, and they feel comfortable that they just have to kind of tag along.
Yes, yeah. So and I also, you had traveled with her to France. I understand you're a really good driver.
Oh yeah, I've driven in Paris, the south of France, in Italy, and
It's nice that you have these opportunities.
yes, and I love it.
Yes.
And I love driving in a foreign country. Why not?
Well, I think that would make me so nervous. So I kind of understand why, for example, Sally would want you to drive, because I don't know, I don't want to drive it in other countries.
But the thing is that now with technology, it's so easy because you can plug your phone into the car, you get the GPS,
When you're done,
and
yeah. It's your language.
Their GPS comes in English. I mean, if you can choose the language, but I mean, now with technology, you can pretty much drive anywhere in the world, I think.
Where's the craziest place you've ever driven?
Just recently, we went to Spain, and I call it crazy because I'm afraid of heights.
Oh.
And
So those mountain roads?
right, so I said, "Oh, let's go to this place." Right now, I don't remember the name of the town, and I'm like, "It's not too far according to the map." And I said, "Okay, well, let's go." So there we are. We're driving an SUV. Well, I'm driving the SUV, and it's going uphill on these mountains. You look to the right or to the left, and there's a big
Space, huh?
big
drop off.
cliff. Yes.
Oh, on the
large-
right and the left?
Or no, on either or.
Or I see, because I would be like,
I was sweating bullets and I was dying. And then at one point I had to park the car because I needed to take a break because I was so stressed out.
I just need to breathe.
And then,
Get away from this thing for a
but the
moment.
place where I parked, it was very tiny. And then for me to turn the car around, I was like,
Too far.
people got out of the car to kind of guide me.
Yeah. Come a little bit further. Another inch.
And I'm like, okay, we're not there yet to the place we're going to, but we're close unless we drive back. And they said, let's go. So finally we got back on the car and we went to the town. It was impressive. We loved it, and then I asked people there the best way to go back to our town where we're staying. And if we went around trying to avoid the road that we just drove through, it was gonna take like 3 hours more
Oh.
instead of 40 minutes.
Oh.
And my friends said, you know what? Let's just go back the same way we came. And I'm like, okay. So that was crazy. Because,
I'll say, it's a lot quicker just going off the cliff.
yes, to die.
Yeah.
It'll
He
get you
wasn't
there.
ready
Just
to
not,
die yet.
yeah.
He wasn't ready.
That'll get you there, just not the same way you left.
Yes, it was scary. So that was crazy.
And yet no one volunteered to drive. They were
No,
like,
well,
oh, Omar, you do it.
because I'm the one that rents the car.
Ah.
So I have to drive.
You follow the rules. I would
Yeah.
have said somebody else drive.
No, and I like that better because if I die, it'll be on my hands.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, there you
it,
go.
it was my fault. I'm with you, though. I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, listen, I'll drive.
Right.
I know what I can do and what I can't do. And I'm like, when I get from behind the wheel and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this, there's nobody else volunteering. They're like, heck no, man, if you don't want to do this, then it can't be done.
Right.
That's what it is.
We're going to Hawaii in 40 days. I already rented a car in Kauai and then at the Big Island, but I'm driving.
Yeah.
So I want to be safe. I mean, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Omar,
if I'm not,
I want to go.
if I'm not driving, I just feel insecure. I want to I back drive. I tell people, turn right, turn left.
Well, if you know you're going, that's fine, because I don't know where. Sometimes I don't know. Just give me some time ahead of time, and hey, turn left.
Turn right now.
I'm very good at,
Not at the speed.
orientation, and
Sure.
I'm like, it's over here. We're going north. We're going south.
See it? There we go.
I'm really good at that, and so I that's why I like doing that.
I have the same thing.
So 40 days, but who's counting? You're
Right. We're living on the 2nd of March, so it's like maybe 30 days.
And so is it
Right.
for a
Yeah,
dance
it's like it does,
opportunity?
No, this is just friends and family.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
nice.
love that.
Yes. What
That
did
is
you?
good.
And then I'm going to Mexico anyway.
Oh, more traveling, right?
Yes.
So what is your next dance event that you're going to do?
At a country club. No. We're going to the Tower Club in
Nice.
Downtown.
downtown Dallas.
Yes.
Yes, beautiful place.
That
there.
is a beautiful
That is a nice place.
So they're doing more dancing there now.
Yes.
Good,
yes.
good. I'll have to join you.
Yes, you should. You should. I believe it's on the 19th of February.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, so there's different opportunities within the town that you live to go dancing.
Yeah,
So a lot
absolutely.
of social dancing that you do with
Yes.
your students. So
I'm constantly searching, like if we're going to New York or Los Angeles. I'm always looking for places to dance. I don't know if you do that too.
of course I do. And so speaking of New York, what day do we dance at the Rainbow Room now? Because you're always in the know about.
Well, now that they're open, there's a dance on Sundays, and there's one on Thursdays, I believe.
Yes, yeah, I knew you would know.
Yes.
Because so the Rainbow Room, I have had the opportunity to dance there in New York. That is just
Oh, it's impressive.
beautiful.
It's just another place.
Top
It's-
of the tower.
Right.
Great view.
And something that, because of what we're doing, ballroom dancing, we get to go to places that not many people get to go. I love dressing up, beautiful clothes, and fine dancing, fine music. It's just the best. I really love that.
I
So
do.
yeah, you're certainly used to it by now. So
Yes,
you become accustomed to a certain thing. And you're like, I just can't go back down to that little place.
No, I don't.
That's
like
the wrong
that.
side of town like that. It's not quite the same thing.
I don't like to go to markets and eat there, so I'm not that picky. But I do like the fine things in life.
Yes,
Sure.
I understand.
Right.
You've been exposed to them, and it's like, yeah, I like that.
Right. I mean, really, with this business, you get to learn and taste many things that you otherwise wouldn't.
That's
Right.
true.
You know, the food. I mean, I love. Here's a story. I went to in Paris. I didn't know what the beef tartare was. Somebody ordered it, and I said, "What is that?" And I didn't catch the name, but it was ground meat, uncooked. And I was like, "What? You're gonna eat that? Oh my God, no, 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 no!" So then a year later, maybe we went to a restaurant, and I asked the waitress, "Would you recommend something?" And she said, "Oh yeah, this." And I'm like, "Sure, okay, I'll try it. You know, you have to try things
Yes.
in life. If you like it, you great.
Sure.
If you don't, well,
Well, at least you can cross it off your list. Yeah, that one, no.
right." And so I didn't hear exactly what was that she was bringing. Well, she ordered the beef tartare for me, and I was like, "Oh my God!" So what do? I said, "You know what? Try it." I loved it. I loved it.
I
So
love it too.
now that when I go to Paris or France and anywhere in France, if they have it, I'll try it. And other stuff, escargot, I mean, so many things that I.
Wouldn't ordinarily try.
No, there's more than just tacos and hamburgers in life.
Sure.
And it's good.
Yes, yes.
That's ridiculously funny. Well, seems like we're going to get to the end of this thing because I know you're a busy man. Omar, thank you for joining us here
Sure,
tonight.
I loved it. You guys are doing something good here.
Oh, thank you.
So keep it going. Keep
Yeah,
it going.
absolutely. Thank you very much.
And please come back.
Sure.
Yeah. Bring your student with you. I'd like to hear some of the perspective, of her hanging out with you, like that sort of thing. That ought to be a pretty good interview right there.
Yeah,
yes.
he may not get a word in, but
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
She's got a lot to say.
Yeah, she's got a lot to say. I mean,
That would be fun.
it's her venture.
yes.
Absolutely. May, thank you
Thank
for
you
joining
so
us again.
much,
All
of
right.
course.
All right, folks. So this has been another episode of Dance Teachers Academy. Thank you for watching.